Hey everyone, this is Tim McKean, and I just wanted to take a moment to show you around my studio a little bit. This is my home podcasting and voiceover studio. I've been doing some, just getting into the voiceover work. I've done a couple audiobooks, and I'm doing a couple of e-learning projects that I got, on Elance and places like that. And eventually I'd like to, bring in a specialist. I hope to maybe hire George Whittam to do his virtual audio technician thing up here. But I wanted to kind of get some things dialed in as much as I can from research on the web and on YouTube. And so I'm really hoping to get some feedback from you guys. So this is my home voiceover studio. Let me show you around a little bit. Okay, so first of all, I've done some, as you can see, I've done some acoustic treatment. Let me adjust the exposure on this for you. First thing I did is I did some treatment, right? So we need to treat the room so there's not so much reflection. And the first thing I did is I built some of these panels using the Roxol rock wool insulation off of another video I found on YouTube. And I put, as you can see, I put 6 of those around the room, and that really helped a lot. It really has changed the dynamic or the amount of echo inside the room. And then lately I've also added in some studio foam in the corner of the bass traps, and then created what's typically called a dead corner in this side, where I wanted to do most of my recording. You also see here that I have my good old blue Spark microphone, and that feeds into my Xenix 802 mixer, just for the, let's see, am I getting that in the shot? Just for the preamps, and then out through the Griffin iMic and into the Mac. And so that's my audio chain there. Now recently I've realized that even with the room treatment, and I realized this especially after I got the foam, that I wasn't so impressed with the sound I was getting from the foam. I thought I could, put in the foam and create kind of a quiet corner where I could go in there and record. And I was finding that I was getting a lot of still that boxy kind of echo sound, even from a treated corner. So I did an experiment today, and I'll do a little bit more for you right now, just to realize that mic placement in the room, regardless of, even though it's treated, it's not completely treated, right? It's not like an ISO booth or anything like that. But even though it's treated, mic placement in the room makes a big difference. And so let me show you what I mean here. Put the camera back down. So depending on where I stand in the room, I can get different sounds even from the same microphone with the same proximity. And so the first thing, obviously, what I thought I could do, or what I thought would be a good idea, is to have my microphone back here in the corner. And I see this all the time. I see people in the corner of their booth, and they're speaking into their microphone. And you want to have the right proximity, right? So we usually use the fingers to get the right proximity. And so I found when I'm here and I'm speaking into my microphone, I'm getting a real boxy sound. I'm getting a lot of echo out of the corner, even though it's treated. And so, that was just really upsetting that I couldn't get that nice quality sound that I wanted to out of my microphone. It also takes a little while to realize that what you're hearing back in your ears and what the microphone is hearing are not really the same thing. So it's important to do test recordings and listen back in your software. Okay, here's another microphone location. And now as you can see, I'm facing right into one of the Roxol panels. And what I found is that the Roxol panels are actually much more absorptive of sound than the wool is. So I think if I were going to do more treatment, I would build some of the more Roxol panels and maybe get rid of the foam a little bit, or replace some, move it around a little bit. But definitely moving forward, if I were going to do any more audio treatment, I would go with the panels and not the foam. I've also heard that it's a good idea to maybe be out in the room so that the sound dissipates instead of bouncing off the walls and getting right back into your microphone. It has room to dissipate. And after several kind of tests, what I've kind of realized is that the best idea is to have my microphone right here. Okay, and let me adjust this a little bit. And I think what's going on right here in this location is that I'm my microphone is in line with this panel. So any reflections off this wall are getting absorbed here. It's also in line with that panel on this side. It's also in line with the panel over there across my desk. And so this is kind of the sweet spot for this room as far as I can tell. And even though I've got, different things around the room, the whole idea of being in the corner isn't giving me the best sound. Neither did being in the middle. I did try that, and that was actually the worst because I was just getting echoes from everywhere, even in a treated room. So I think at this point, this is the best sound I'm getting by having the microphone in this very specific location where it's lined up with several different panels on all sides. I've got the quiet, the dead corner attempt behind me. And at this location, even if I turn the mic around, and this might now be even a little bit better sound. But even if I turn the mic around and I'm speaking into the dead corner, still the mic being in this, let me actually just move it a little bit. Still the mic being in this very location seems to be giving me the best results. So please do tell me what you think. If you want to tell me it sucks, that's fine. Give me some advice. Give me some ideas of where I can move from here. And we'll go with that. Hopefully, I'll have another video in the future showing you some adjustments and changes that I've made. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks everyone for watching my video. Here's some pictures of how I have it set up now. I know it was kind of hard to see in the video. I didn't get the exposure quite set right in that last shot. But that sweet spot I was talking about really is, it's about 5 feet away from the corner. And I know that was hard to tell. So it's not so much in the corner. You might have been thinking, hey, he said he didn't like it in the corner, and now he's saying he likes it in the corner. And so, no, it's actually not in the corner. It's more towards the room. It's actually, I don't know, maybe it's even like halfway between the corner and the center of the room. But so hopefully here's some pictures that will try to show that a little bit better. And then I've included at the end of this even a couple of, I think there's 4 audio samples. Again, same mic, same proximity, same speaking attitude and things like that. And 4 completely different sounds as I move the mic around the room. So if you're having trouble with your studio, or if you're working on setting up your own studio, move your mic around your room, do some recording, and listen back. Remember, what you hear in your ear as you're speaking and what the microphone is hearing is not the same thing. So you need to do some test recordings and take a listen. Thanks for watching my video, and give me some feedback. Audiobooks should be recorded in a 16-bit 44.1 kilohertz wave format. Punch record. This is the most common. When a mistake is made, go back to the previous sentence or break and punch in. Room tone should be recorded at the end of every day of recording, using the same settings that were used to record the narration. Please record opening and closing credits of the book. The opening credits should be placed at the very start of the audiobook, before any narration. What is quality of earnings? In general, companies with a high quality of earnings have a strong history of earnings and strong ratios for both the short and long terms. The quality of earnings concept is used by both creditors and investors who understand that the bottom line of all organizations is not equal. Companies with higher quality of earnings receive higher credit lines, lower interest costs, and higher stock prices.